What is going on, guys? This is Zach again, back with the Daily Sip after being gone for a few days. I'm still in the process of creating the backdrop that I'm going to be using permanently for the Daily Sip, but in the meantime I wanted to put out a video just to kind of get back in the swing of things after being gone for as long as I was. So I've already missed a few days worth of news. We actually touched on a bunch of stuff that released, a bunch of rumors and stuff that came out on our last stream last Friday. So if you missed that, go check it out. We talk a lot about like some of the rumors and stuff that came out, as well as our opinions on some of those stuff. But anyway, I wanted to go ahead and just touch on a few things that came out today that, I mean, it hasn't been that big of a news day, but there's still some stuff that's kind of exciting. So anyway, I'm going to start off with the X-Men, Fox's X-Men movies. Fox created two X-Men movies that they released a trailer for one of them. There was a rumor going around that they had canceled these movies because of the Disney Fox deal. However, IMAX has released their slate, and X-Men Dark Phoenix and the New Mutants movie are both on there for 2019. However, Dark Phoenix is slated for February, while New Mutants is all the way in August of next year, even though we've already got a trailer for it. So obviously there's a lot of stuff that's happened with that movie. Extensive reshoots, I've heard. Post-production is kind of crazy, adding and taking away characters, things like that. So we'll see how that goes. But apparently that rumor about Fox and Disney kind of like canning those movies, it seems like it's just rumors, just that. According to Sony China, we'll be getting a new trailer for the Venom movie tomorrow morning. Not really sure what it's going to show, but the rumor is it's going to have some stuff from the Comic-Con footage they showed, more kind of a cleaner, more cleaned up. So we'll see how it is. Like I said, I'm not really too interested in this movie. It's not really part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's sort of Sony's own Venom universe, where they're trying to create their own Spider-Man with Venom, so he's like an anti-hero. It's this whole thing. But yeah, if that's kind of your thing, if you're into that, they're releasing the Venom trailer tomorrow morning, according to Sony China. So hopefully that's true for people who are really excited for that movie. For those of you that are really excited for Quentin Tarantino's take on a Star Trek movie, might have to wait a pretty long time to do so. Apparently, according to Simon Pegg, in an interview that he did on press tour for Mission Impossible, somebody asked him about the new Star Trek movie, Star Trek 4, and Star Trek, the Quentin Tarantino version that they're currently developing. And apparently, because Quentin Tarantino is working on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it might be 5 or 6 years before we could even see this new Quentin Tarantino Star Trek, if it comes to fruition with the current cast or with a different cast, we don't know. But Simon Pegg thinks that by that time he might be too old. So we'll see. But at least we're getting a Star Trek 4 that takes place after Beyond, which I like the Star Trek movies. I think they're awesome. But Quentin Tarantino Star Trek will be something different, something very different. I never thought I would see Quentin Tarantino make a Star Trek movie. That's just weird. We have finally gotten a release date for the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. The entire season will drop this October 26th, just in time for Halloween, and I couldn't be more excited. It's rumored to take place in the Riverdale universe, but they're two separate networks, Netflix and the CW, so we'll see. I don't know how much interaction we'll get, but hopefully we'll have Archie and the gang, or maybe just Archie, I don't know, Jughead, something, show up in the Chilling Adventures. The promotional art that we've been seeing and just the whole lead up to it, it sounds amazing. As somebody who's read a few of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina comics, I can say that I am very excited to see what the tone of this show is going to be like. It's going to be kind of crazy. But yeah, October 26th, we get the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix. This October is going to be so crazy. We're going to have the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. We're going to have Halloween. October's going to be awesome. And last but not least, I wanted to mention this, not really a comic book related thing, but still interesting to me. Junkie XL, who's most famous for doing the soundtrack for Mad Max Fury Road, helping Hans Zimmer do the soundtrack for Batman vs. Superman. He did the soundtrack for Deadpool. So many movies. He's going to be doing the soundtrack for the Mortal Engines movie coming out, which is very Mad Max-esque. If you watch the first trailer that came out, some of the shots, like the fast zoom-ins and like just like the big carnage and vehicles and stuff, it's very Mad Max-like. So it's very fitting to get the guy who did the soundtrack for the most recent Mad Max movie to come do the soundtrack for this thing. I couldn't be more excited. Anything Junkie XL does, I want to buy the soundtrack for. It's really fun, really awesome. The score, you know, whatever you want to call it, it's awesome. So I'm super excited for Mortal Engines, more so now that I know Junkie XL is involved in doing the music for it. I wish he had done the music for Justice League, but I gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. So that was the Daily Sip. It's nice to be back, kind of. This is going to be a temporary kind of setup until I get the full-on backdrop and everything finished for the permanent Daily Sip videos. Hopefully I can get that out. Hopefully I can get that backdrop done by Monday next week, if not earlier. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And until then, keep on sipping.